Hey Cowboys Nation, welcome to your ultimate destination for all things Dallas Cowboys. From the latest news, game analysis, rumors, to deep dives into player performances and strategies, we've got you covered. Don't forget to hit that subscribe button and turn on notifications so you never miss a play. Let's dive into everything you need to know about America's team. The Dallas Cowboys find themselves at a crossroads, stuck in a situation that's starting to rattle the fans, the front office, and most importantly, the star defensive force Micah Parsons across the league. The Pittsburgh Steelers made headlines by locking down T.J. Watt, with the richest contract ever given to a non-quarterback in NFL history, setting a new benchmark for defensive players. Watt's deal averages a staggering $41 million a year, topping the charts not only among pass rushers but all defensive talents across the sport, surpassing even players like Myles Garrett of the Cleveland Browns. And while the Steelers celebrate their bold move, the Cowboys are caught in a slow, painful negotiation that's stretching on far longer than anyone expected. This isn't just frustrating on the sidelines. Parsons himself has openly expressed his dissatisfaction with the way things have unfolded. The edge rusher, one of the most electrifying defenders in the league, recently appeared on the 6 Feet Under podcast with WWE legend The Undertaker, and didn't hold back. He called out Cowboys owner Jerry Jones directly, criticizing the ownership's dragging of feet and lack of urgency in finalizing his contract. Parsons made it clear he was ready to sign last year, and the fact that the deal hasn't been done yet feels like a needless complication. He pointed to poor communication and the typical delays that seem to come with ownership-level negotiations, saying it's been frustrating to watch something that should have been straightforward get stretched out endlessly. This type of foot-dragging might be part of a strategy, but it's a risky gamble for a team that wants to remain competitive. In a fiercely contested division, the NFC East is watching closely. The Philadelphia Eagles and Washington Commanders, two teams constantly hungry for an edge, are likely keeping their fingers crossed that the Cowboys' internal struggles will slow them down. A delay in securing a cornerstone player like Parsons not only risks the Cowboys falling behind on the field, but also sends a message to the division that Dallas could be vulnerable this season. Parsons has been eligible for a new contract for over a year now, and there's no denying he's one of the most dominant defenders in the league. The Cowboys' decision to postpone his extension was partly because they were juggling other critical contracts, including deals for quarterback Dak Prescott and wide receiver CeeDee Lamb. But every passing month has pushed Parsons' value higher and higher, turning what might have been a manageable salary into one of the highest in NFL history. For a defensive player, right now, it's almost a given that Parsons' new contract will average over $40 million per year, likely eclipsing Watt's deal. Given his production, this isn't surprising. In his first 4 seasons alone, Parsons has racked up an impressive 52.5 sacks, earned 3 All-Pro selections, and been a finalist for Defensive Player of the Year honors. The level of talent and impact he brings to the Cowboys' defense is undeniable, and most experts agree he deserves to be the highest-paid non-quarterback in the league, even if someone tries to argue otherwise. The financial reality of today's NFL makes a deal in that range inevitable. Defensive stars like Parsons don't come around often, and when they do, teams have to pay a premium to keep them. The Cowboys could have sidestepped this expensive showdown if they had acted sooner, assuming Parsons' representatives were cooperative. Signing him early, maybe around $30 to $35 million per year, might have allowed Dallas more roster flexibility and avoided the bidding war created by this drawn-out negotiation. Unfortunately, Jerry Jones' hesitation and the ownership's slow pace have left the Cowboys in a tough spot, facing a contract that's not only pricier, but could disrupt their ability to compete with division rivals in the short term. This kind of delay could cost them dearly, especially in a division as competitive as the NFC East, where every edge matters. The reality is clear. Dallas will eventually pay Parsons what he's worth, and likely more than most expected. But the timing and the tension surrounding the deal have created an unnecessary headache for a franchise that can ill afford distractions as the season approaches. Beyond the contract drama with Micah Parsons, the Dallas Cowboys face a much larger challenge as they approach the start of the 2025 NFL season. Training camp is just around the corner in Oxnard, California, and while much of the attention is on Parsons' contract, there's an entire roster battle brewing beneath the surface that could shape this team's future in surprising ways. The front office's history of slow negotiations isn't limited to Parsons alone. And that raises questions about how the team is managing talent across the board. One of the more intriguing storylines involves several veterans who might not be guaranteed a spot on the roster once camp ends. Though the Cowboys have locked down many starting positions, some experienced players face pressure from younger, hungry competitors aiming to make a name for themselves. This creates an environment of uncertainty that could lead to surprising trades or roster moves before the season even kicks off. Linebacker Damone Clark is a perfect example of this dynamic. After a promising start to his career, highlighted by an impressive 109 tackles in 2023, under then defensive coordinator Dan Quinn, Clark's role diminished significantly when Mike Zimmer took over the defense in 2024. His tackle numbers dropped drastically, and as he enters his fourth season, the question remains whether he'll hold onto his place or be pushed aside. Reports suggest Clark has been adjusting well to new defensive coordinator Matt Eberflus' system, but the arrivals of Kenneth Murray and Jack Sanborn this offseason add depth to the linebacker corps, making Clark's future less certain. If a younger, more dynamic player can prove capable, the Cowboys might see Clark as expendable, opening the door for a trade. Defensive tackle Mazi Smith, a first-round pick from the 2023 NFL Draft, has faced heavy scrutiny from fans and analysts alike. Expectations were sky-high when Dallas drafted him, especially given the premium investment in a frontline defensive lineman. But Smith has struggled to live up to the hype after 2 seasons. His impact has been underwhelming. Greg Ellis, who served as an assistant defensive line coach in 2024, remarked that Smith showed some improvement under Zimmer, but questioned how well he fits into Eberflus' scheme. With rookie Jay Toya impressing in camp and demonstrating an ability to clog running lanes effectively, Smith could become a candidate for trade if the Cowboys decide to go in a different direction. On the defensive line, tight end Luke Schoonmaker also finds himself in a precarious position. Drafted in the 2nd round following Smith in 2023, Schoonmaker has yet to establish himself as a reliable offensive weapon. While he showed some progress in his 2nd year, recording 27 receptions for 241 yards and a touchdown, he still enters his 3rd season as a question mark. The Cowboys have another tight end, Brevin Spanford, who could challenge Schoonmaker for the backup role behind starter Jake Ferguson. Should Schoonmaker lose that battle, the team might consider moving on from him in favor of younger, potentially more productive talent. Wide receiver Jalen Tolbert's name might come as a surprise on the trade speculation list, but it's not outside the realm of possibility. Tolbert saw a significant workload last season, making 49 receptions for 610 yards and 7 touchdowns. Despite this solid production, Dallas went out and acquired George Pickens, a move that some insiders interpret as a sign of diminishing confidence in Tolbert's consistency. Analysts have pointed out that Tolbert has struggled to maintain a high level of play across entire games and throughout the season, which may have influenced the team's decision to bring in competition. If young receivers like Jonathan Mingo, Ryan Flournoy, Paris Campbell, or rookie Trajan Holden can step up and handle larger roles, Tolbert could find himself on the trading block, especially if the Cowboys decide to adjust their receiving corps heading into 2025. All of these potential changes underscore the pressure the Cowboys face to build a roster that can compete immediately, especially in a division as unpredictable as the NFC East. The Eagles and Commanders have made significant strides in recent years, and with the Giants always lurking as a threat, Dallas cannot afford to hesitate when it comes to assembling a championship-caliber squad. But before we continue, don't forget to subscribe to our channel and give this video a like. Your support helps us keep bringing you the latest updates on the Dallas Cowboys. Feel free to share your thoughts on the news in the comments as well. Could the Dallas Cowboys be preparing a surprise move to bolster their offensive line? According to growing whispers around the league, veteran offensive tackle Andrew WYLIE may be on the Cowboys' radar as a potential late addition to strengthen the unit ahead of the upcoming season. WYLIE, who most recently suited up for the Washington Commanders, is no stranger to success. A 3-time Super Bowl participant and 2-time champion during his time with the Kansas City Chiefs, WYLIE brings experience, versatility, and a reputation for being a tough, dependable blocker. Now, as the Cowboys look to refine their roster, especially up front, speculation is swirling that the front office may be exploring a deal to bring the seasoned lineman to Dallas. While nothing official has been confirmed, league insiders suggest that conversations may have already taken place. Behind the scenes, the Cowboys' offensive line, though talented, has battled injuries and inconsistency in recent years, with franchise quarterback Dak Prescott seeking a strong protection scheme. Heading into a critical year, the addition of a veteran like WYLIE could be a strategic move, one that adds depth, leadership, and Super Bowl pedigree to a line already anchored by Tyron Smith and Zach Martin, of course. The cap situation and final roster considerations will play a significant role in whether this potential deal materializes. But if the rumors are to be believed, and Drew WYLIE's name is one to watch closely in the coming weeks, could this be the quiet reinforcement that helps push Dallas over the top? Cowboys fans will be watching and waiting. That's it for this update. If you enjoyed the video and want to keep receiving exclusive news about the Dallas Cowboys, please subscribe to our channel and give this video a like. We always look forward to your comments and opinions. See you in the next video.